everybody, and welcome back to the Curian Empire D&D campaign. Our Epic 6 campaign, sort of mixing Mediterranean Roman history with just some D&D flair.
Tournament.
Welcome to the tournament arc.
Now I'm going to go to a food eating contest.
Where our trio of heroes
or something, but I would say heroes just yet.
Is participating in the tournament at the Tabaxi capital of Behnaz. The arena combat section has ended. There are more competitions to go, many more prizes to be won, many more drinks to be drunk. So I think we'll just kind of, speaking of that arena combat, we have our winner.
Huzzah!
And we have our third place contestant.
Huzzah! And our fourth place.
Yeah,
Sure. But once again, because of the way the point system works, your team only gets 10 points. So the guy who got second place, his
team, if he has it.
His team, if he has it, or just him, will get 9 points. And then fifth place will get 8 points, and it kind of bumps down from there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna just go enter a food eating contest.
Okay, you will have a little bit of downtime. Before, like, the archery contest will be the next day, so you can absolutely just like go out drinking, go out partying. There's kind of just parties and stuff and games and stuff going on all through the city. So that evening, you guys can kind of do what you want. You are absolutely anywhere if you want to go anywhere, you are absolutely going to be just like the center of attention by and large for winning the.
Man, I'm pretty. I leverage this to drink for free and raise hell and make merriment.
You can drink as much as you would like for free.
I am not trying to get in any drinking competitions, but I am
Coward.
Coward, he says, doing 2 drinking competitions at the same time.
And a hot dog eating competition.
Gotta wash it down with something.
I am just trying to I'm trying to do what this is all meant to do, which is raise morale and make people happy. So I'm just trying to be boisterous and
okay. You can
make merry with people.
Yeah, like I said, I'm entering it.
Kehan absolutely gets smashed, but he seems to do a decent job of not
breaking anything.
Well, and not
robbing
or not sort of letting his disguise slip too badly. You know what I mean? He's not just shirtless up on one of the table stands or anything like that. He seems to keep himself kind of disguised or covered up and stuff. But he has absolutely none of your sort of reserved nature. He drinks and drinks heavily, and he's buying people drinks and just having a grand old time.
Sweet.
Yep.
So you want to do an eating contest?
Yeah. I've already won a drinking contest. I'm going to enter any.
So at least one of the eating contests you find the way it works is you essentially pay a gold piece to enter. There'll be a whole bunch of contestants. And then the winner will win a 10 gold pot. Kind of wins the pot.
Sure. I'll do that.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of the same thing. Just essentially give me con saves.
Do you just want them to roll them and tell you what they are?
So it's going to get higher. So it will start at 10. It will get higher by 1 each time. And you're going to go until you get 3 fails. Okay. So essentially how many...
How long I can go. Okay. First one?
A bad start.
That's a bad start.
1.
That's that was a 5 to start.
And now the DC is 11.
11.
What did you just roll?
Well, that was a 7.
Plus your con save.
So 9.
So second fail.
That's a third fail.
That's 3 straight.
You don't do the worst.
That's sad. I didn't even roll double digits.
You failed 3 in a row, and someone ate worse than you. That food is not good. You drank too much, and now you can't keep it down. That's your problem.
Well, and it's kind of that you're going to lose the gold piece. You're probably at the point between eating and drinking where you're probably not going to remember too much of this evening tomorrow.
Yeah. 1 gold pieces.
You need to eat a bunch first, and then drink a
drink.
bunch. Don't you did it the wrong order, where it's already a noxious environment. And
Hey. I had to start it off right, especially for the arena combats.
I was drunk that.
Thank God you weren't sober, otherwise you might have hit me harder. I need another drink.
I just toss him a drink.
Cheers. Clink.
You all wake up with some level of bruises or headaches the next day, whether it's from arena combat or drinking.
I got crit twice.
But only 1 actually hits you.
Well, no, 2 crits. I got hit by the crit in the round right at. Like, both of them were charge, me hit them, turn and crit me in the face.
Except
you
charged me.
Yeah, his was a lot weaker.
Actually, yeah,
You charged me because I.
Oh yeah, you stayed away, so I didn't get my freebie on you.
I'm like I saw what you were doing.
The next day will be the archery competition for anybody who would like to.
I'll join it.
I'm proficient.
So
I'm
it
the
seems
worst
so-
of the 3 of us.
So once again, it seems like the whole team is.
Oh, Keon's gonna be good at this.
He's absolutely doing that. Like, if cheap sunglasses had been invented, he'd be wearing a pair. The way he's just like blinking in the sunlight, but he doesn't seem to be like wobbling around at all. He
doesn't have a level of exhaustion.
No, he's definitely going to be shooting a bow with a headache, though.
How'd the bow get hit?
Can I get a different bow? This one has a headache.
That was such a Leslie Nielsen joke. Like, oh, you know, white guy, 6 foot tall, mustache. That's a tall mustache. Naked Gun is some of the best.
I have always
they are remaking. Liam Neeson is rebooting the Police Squad.
Oh,
show.
Yeah.
As Drummond, as Leslie Nielsen's character. I think if
That's
they
awesome.
if they lean into that 70s style joke and gag a minute, like,
Sure.
because nobody does comedy that way anymore. I think it could. I think it could really. Good.
I would love that.
Who are you? How did you get in here? I'm a locksmith.
I'm
And
a locksmith.
Surely you can't be serious. Well,
I am serious.
Don't stop calling me Shirley.
What were the options for
Excuse me,
dinner?
ma'am. I speak jive.
What were the options for dinner tonight? Well, we had steak and we had fish. Ah, yes. Now I remember. I had the lasagna.
That's good stuff. All right. How does this work? We shoot a bow.
Sure. Give me a shot with a bow.
15. I'm
Your
out.
alcohol's hitting you a little harder than the rest
That's
of
a
us.
crit. Yeah.
Well, the damage you.
I know. I was just looking at this.
So I mean, after the crit fail is 6. I'm out.
22.
Okay.
15.
Nice. You like both of you are kind of firing shots, and you're like your whole team is kind of in a line, and it's like Kihan really does well. It's like 2 of you. It's just
He
like,
nails it. I'm
it's just
like hitting the target at least.
nice,
So
and
different.
you're all kind of like, what are you doing? And the dwarf is just like, and he's just like wobbling, like the bow is steady in his hands. Unfortunately,
he's not
kind
steady
of
on the ground.
Somebody stop.
The dream goes straight to my knees.
Somebody stop moving the damn target.
So you remember when you were practicing archery earlier in the week, and you last arrow just went over the target, over the wall, and just somewhere else. You just do that again.
Hey, this time it's not real. It's in practice.
We hope. You got like a power
So
shot
you-
behind it.
Message for you, sir.
So you are going to be out of the archery tournament.
I did not expect to do better than you.
Okay.
Trust me, I didn't expect you to do better than me. I had a +5 proficiency.
Could be better. Could be better. 12.
20.
That would have been a 22.
So once again, the number sort of that you're having to hit to stay in, at least for now, is going up by 1 each time.
Man, why didn't I get 3 crit fails?
So you are all still in it.
But it's a one and done on this. You don't
But
get
I
they
know.
are-
Why couldn't I
Well,
get
by the thinnest margin.
But they do. They are. there are like people being knocked out.
And I see
Why
like
could-
moving the target
couldn't
further
I-
each time.
And either moving targets further or targets are getting smaller, and like sort of the area that you have to hit in order to stay is the smaller.
13. We're still in it.
15.
So there's the one circle and you can't run on the edge of that, and then it's like okay, now you have to hit with this circle.
Get right on the edge again.
15.
Look, I could hunt a deer, but these are not the size of a deer.
You're honing in your eye. It's
Yeah.
getting better.
And usually I hunted the deer by hand.
But chasing it down.
Chasing it,
Fucking
tackling it, putting it in a headlock.
It's how Koskin used to hunt in Red Dead Redemption 2.
With
Where
a
you
lasso.
lasso a deer, reel it in, and stab it with a knife.
And then we tried it with a grizzly bear.
Tried it with a grizzly
It does not work on a grizzly bear.
You cannot lasso a grizzly bear.
13 again.
23.
That's the third round, though, right? So is that
Mhm.
still
Just barely. in.
barely him, right?
What you got?
23.
Oh yeah.
You guys are
You
much
and-
better
you
than me.
You and Kihan are both just really nailing
Let's not. Let's roll 10 or higher. 10 or higher.
it.
I'm
Kihan's
still
still
in this.
doing great.
No palm out. That's an 11.
20.
Hey, I held my own. I'm proud of my performance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You guys
still
did it. You and Kihan,
I'm gonna
sharpshooters.
start rolling a couple others here as well now.
20
Because we're getting
again.
down to there being few enough people where I can start doing that. Wow, that guy's one hell of an archer. This guy's out.
So there's 3 people left?
Mm-hmm.
And we're... Sorry, that was 20.
You're
200.
essentially at this point, and it's kind of like there's kind of like various heats and stuff over the course of the day, and like between adjusting the targets and stuff like that. It's going on for most of the afternoon, but you have reached the point where you're essentially determining first, second, and third between you, Kihan, and
Our team's going to clean sweep this turn.
We sure hope so.
player characters are bullshit.
That means I got, what? Some other guy? Did I get 5th?
Not quite fifth, but
I was like in the heat of people
Yes.
who were 5th, 6th, 7th, or whatever. Hey, I'll take that. Crit.
okay.
I was happy about
They
that.
everybody's still in it.
I'll take
and
it.
they're
I'm just
pushing
happy.
the-
That was my first crit of this campaign.
They're
so
pushing the targets farther back.
Hoo-hoo. Only bullseyes at great range.
Ooh,
19.
Kihan is out
Ooh.
of the turn. It
Third
is
place ain't
third
bad.
place.
I need to win this.
It is you versus a Tabaxi archer.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Can inspiration be used to reroll if I fail?
Sure, if you want to burn inspiration. If you want to burn inspiration on the tournament arc, that's totally fine.
Nowhere better. What is the DC at now? Is this 16?
Yes, I
At
believe
this
so.
point?
It's either 16 or 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll call it 16 this round.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration
Okay.
because it was a fail.
Damn, I didn't do that.
So 13.
So second place.
Okay.
It only went
Well,
up by
13.
1.
Did this guy make it?
Hmm.
Ooh. So that's 9 more points for us, right?
This Tabaxi that you're up against seems to like take his archery pretty seriously. He seems to be like it's kind of his thing. And he nails that last shot.
Wasted it.
So
Damn it.
you will get 100 gold, and your team will get 9 points.
9 points to Gryffindor.
So we're either tied with
Or
the guy who
Dick and
you
balls or
fought.
whatever you said.
Dick and Mouse.
Stick and bus.
So we're either tied with the champion that you fought in the arena combat, in case they're on the team, or we're still ahead. So
and you guys.
either way,
will-
we're not losing.
And you guys will miss out on the loot of the fine short bow and fancy quiver,
And
which is fine
none of
because
us
none of you
use it.
guys are really archers all that much anyway.
Found out I could, but it's fine.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That evening, it's a little cooler. Would be the javelin throwing.
I'm going to be in on that one for sure.
And this is essentially
Javelin
like,
strength.
and this is
That's right.
very much everybody who wants to compete essentially gets like 3 throws to try and get
the best.
the best distance.
And is that just like a roll plus your
Um,
modifier essentially?
It
the
will.
biggest number?
It's going to be just an
Attack roll.
athletics check.
Just an athletics check.
for.
Oh,
That's
well, then I'll give it a shot.
You
Hell,
know,
I got plus 3
I'll give it
athletics.
my best.
I've got
With
plus
my-
3
Gihog's
athletics.
gonna sit this one out.
We get 3 attempts?
I'll let you guys roll first.
Oh,
Not a good start.
how's a 0 do you? Oh,
You're not sure how to throw one.
also, technically, I think I have to look this up.
That's a 9.
Have I have a
7.
modifier to this next thing.
You know what? Just for fun, it's mini dice. This last one. And a 22 at the last one.
22.
Beat me? 20.
Sheesh.
It was a 0.
Did you roll a
10,
19 on that
and a
thing?
Yeah.
crit.
19 on that?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the total on the crit?
19.
Okay.
Negative.
Are you proficient in athletics?
No, but yeah, I am actually.
Gotta fill it in. You fill in your dot if you-
It is filled in. It's just very lightly filled in.
You do differently than me.
Do you want me to just?
You're actually supposed to use a hole punch.
Well, isn't this fascinating?
Did we just absolutely lose?
Somebody just destroy it.
Technically, it was a 0 of 14 and a crit,
Okay.
which round to 0, 13, 19.
I only really care
19.
about one of those 3. I'll let you guess.
19. You crit and got 3rd out of the 3 of them.
So, you're relatively disappointed to find that you didn't throw the farthest.
Did I get 2nd?
You're quite interested, however, to find out that there are 3 javelins currently tied for first place.
3?
One being just a ludicrously high roll, and 2 crits. You're quite discovered, the wind must have been with you or something.
Wait,
So-
even with my 23, that's still.
So,
22.
So,
Yeah, 22.
part of that is that shadow feature, since the first one being the fail, I'm just going to say, like, the shadow was like, come on, you fucking one. Just throw this
so,
Fine tosses, boys. Fine tosses.
you will now once again get another 3 javelins to throw. You
Do I roll all 3 with tiny die?
You 3 and a he's like a human.
Roll the
person.
tiny die and these 2 die all at the same time for your 3 throws.
God.
No balls.
You've cursed him. You've cursed him.
Do it. Do it.
To determine first, second.
Yeah, those 2
So,
did. No,
That's
fine.
a 15. I gotta re-roll this one. Tiny die.
Wow.
That is a 19 for tiny die.
15, 13, and another crit. With the Cthulhu die.
So even 19. What did he get?
Luck must have been with him on tying as well, because
Dear God.
he did not do nearly as well this round.
So we tied again?
No. There are now quite clear first, second, and third. In a win nobody saw coming. Azim winning the javelin.
Wait, we tied though for 19.
But his
You
was
got a
crit.
crit.
Oh,
His
that's
was
right.
critical.
So you will win 150 gold, an ornate golden chalice, and
10 more
your
points.
team gets 10 more points. And you will win 100 gold as your prize. And this guy gets 50. He did not do nearly as well as second 3 javelins as he did on his first one.
I didn't do good in my first 3.
I thought you were supposed to be good at
I
this.
thought for sure you were going to win.
I thought I was supposed to be bad at this.
A fine toss, Azim. A fine toss.
It's just PTSD. My father raising me like, no, that's not how you throw a javelin.
You can't confirm.
No son of mine.
will not be able to throw a javelin.
You can confirm. He doesn't really seem to know how to throw a javelin.
Yeah, it was luck.
Your form, atrocious. However, you had some real oomph behind it, and I respect that.
Well, the sort of tournament organizers recommend everybody get good and rested up tonight for the foot races tomorrow.
I'm gonna immediately look at you, both of you, like, All right, that's it. I'm not foot racing. This dwarf
is very dangerous over short distance.
Natural sprinter.
Is this like a long distance run?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it will be taking place outside of the city. There will be a course set up outside the city.
Oh.
I'm gonna go.
You in?
I think so.
I'm going to go grab some food and sit with Lilith.
Running, enjoy.
Is Kihan gonna be in this?
He will not be in the foot races, but he seems to be kind of like he'll at least be participating in the horse races. He seems to already be like, my scheme is working perfectly. I couldn't have chosen anyone better.
I mean, we've gotten 2 firsts and a second so far. We're clean sweeping this tournament here. We
So
keep
far.
doing this well.
You guys are doing very well.
Yeah, you said 2 firsts and a second.
Yeah, because
3 firsts.
3 firsts.
Drinking.
Well, the drinking doesn't give us any points.
But it gives me a moral boost.
The foot races will start.
It doesn't give us any points. It does give him vertigo. It doesn't give us points.
The foot races are going to start fairly early in the morning while it's still.
So will they stop moving the damn targets?
The bow is steady in his hands. His whole body is just kind of doing this. The foot races are going to be fairly early in the morning while it's not just blisteringly hot out in the desert.
Thank God they thought that through.
Is it easy for me to find Jalal and Lilith where they're sitting to go join them?
Yeah, you could. They've, especially now that you guys have started just like participating in every contest and stuff like that, you could absolutely find them and hang out with them if you want.
Yeah. Aha!
Jalal, it's not hard to tell. Jalal has absolutely noticed who your 4th teammate is.
Oh no.
He just seems to be not saying anything.
I just lean over. Don't tell anybody.
Obviously, he's not going to.
Here's an ale. Don't keep your mouth shut.
There's more where that came from. If you don't say nothing but no.
You don't have. Never mind.
I don't think you should.
Let Jalal drink for free.
Yeah.
So, you're essentially going to be making athletics checks to kind of maintain your speed. And your choice of either acrobatics or athletics checks to clear obstacles.
Okay.
There is, however, an interesting hitch to this, statistically. On account of how there's a person participating in this race who is just statistically faster than everybody else participating in this race.
Something, I don't know if this gives me any boost too, though, but my background feature of steady does mean that I can, like, travel twice as far in, like, forced marches and stuff like that without getting the exhaustion.
I don't think that's necessarily going
quite
to...
that far.
Yeah, it won't be quite that far. Like, you're not really going to be having to deal with exhaustion checks unless you're just, like, really fail a lot of rolls. So...
We don't know who this person is yet, right? The person that's front? You don't
It's
have the
him.
same speed.
You're also 35?
Oh, so we actually have a bit of a competition here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I was part of me was like, do we just be hand wavy about this because we have a person who is just statistically faster.
Honestly, I have a negative to the athletics, so
Dude,
the
there's a
acrobatics
chance.
will be fun.
Hey,
There's a
you
chance.
crit. Yeah, let's be honest. You
I was
critted.
better with the javelins, and you beat the shit out of me at that. So
We'll find out how this goes.
So as the race begins, there are a lot of runners participating. We will just start with athletics checks for just maintaining speed.
oh, crit fail right off the start.
How's a 1 do you?
Well, I crit failed, and it's a 6.
Both of you are having a hard time getting like out of just sort of the main mass of runners.
Crowded.
So you're sort of falling behind just because of that, even though the both of you are just naturally faster than everybody else.
All right.
Yeah, 13.
So let's have another athletics check.
That's more like 20.
18.
Okay.
Not bad.
And like
Once we get out of the crowd,
you're starting to get warmed up, and you're starting to like get back in the flow of like I participated in the games back home as a runner. Like
I didn't want to get bullied, so I ran.
As you guys are sort of like getting back into the flow of like long distance running, and the pack of like the whole mass of people is starting to string out a little bit, and you're starting to actually be able to maneuver. You're just starting to pass people and pass people and pass people, and all of a sudden
we're running side by side.
You are at the moment keeping
drafting
pace
off each
other. With each other, but you are beginning to pass or catch up to essentially all of the other runners. So you will be coming to essentially a like low, it's like a foot and a half, 2 foot high kind of like little stone wall that's like been set across the course. So you have an option of either an athletics check or an acrobatics check to get
13 on athletics.
Okay.
15 on acrobatics.
You're still just neck and neck.
I don't. He does like this sweet side jump over, and I just run through.
Let's do another round of athletics checks on this sort of next open stretch.
Another 20.
A 3.
You're starting to lose ground.
It's understandable. I just watched a man crash through a wall and get his way.
He didn't literally crash through.
I have no arm for him. It
just looks like he passed.
But it is you are absolutely like you've been neck and neck up to this point, and now he's starting to pull ahead. So let's give we'll give one more acrobatics before the next obstacle.
Athletics? This is before an obstacle,
Yes,
so just
yes,
athletics.
Oh, it's
11.
A good number. 7.
11.
Okay. He's still just slightly ahead of you, but that distance has not changed.
Okay.
You guys are still kind of breaking away from the pack and stuff a little bit. You guys are now out in the lead.
It just us two in the lead?
Mm.
Oh.
There are runners not far behind you.
Okay.
You definitely wouldn't be able to stop and take a break. But you guys are. You guys are currently in the lead. He is just staying.
Walls are very dangerous on the short distances.
So now there will be it's sort of a shallow trench, and again it'll be an athletics check or acrobatics check, your choice.
23.
Nice.
17.
Okay, you both clear it like nothing. Only to discover essentially immediately afterwards a low fence. So I'll take another couple rolls from you guys.
18.
That is a crit fail.
Okay.
Plus, the person closest to me gets to add 4 to whatever they're
22! Your shadow trips you.
You feel almost lifted past this fence.
The gods are with me!
You feel like something holds one foot down, and you hit the fence full tilt, and just like drape yourself over the top of it.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
I thought you were supposed to help me,
which the audience loves. People lining the track and stuff like that just love whatever it was that just happened. They assume you pushed him down or something. That was some sort of dirty move.
And just fucking say,
how dare
the
honor of the sport.
So you can now just sort of get past the obstacle, but you have the gap between the two of you has grown, and the gap with people behind you has shrunk significantly.
I assume they're fairly close to me.
Mm-hmm. So we'll do another round of athletics checks.
18.
2.
Okay, you're pretty weak.
You got a shiner. You got like a Charlie horse.
You do not feel great after like running into that fence, and that like you're now sort of level with the front runners from the rest of the group, and you are continuing to just put on distance.
Okay.
So we'll do one more athletics check before the next obstacle.
20.
8.
Okay. The man's gone. the man's an Olympic sprinter.
That's
An Olympic long distance runner.
I feel he's already completed a race. I blacked out a little bit.
I'm competing in the horse race. I will be the horse. Not the ostrich race, because I'm not a madman.
Both of you give me essentially Constitution saves.
check.
Just for
Save?
20 on
just
con
for,
save.
nice.
21.
You're both. You're not flagging a bit. You're
Cool.
both just. You don't feel tired at all.
I didn't realize I was actually fit. I just not as nimble as I want to be.
Okay.
Well, you're pretty nimble. You're just not as you're not like heavy lifting strong or like sprint
and
fast.
another shallow trench.
14.
14.
18.
Okay. You both. You don't get over it quite as clean as you would like, but you are both able to get past it. And at this point, it'll be 2 more athletics checks from each of you for this long straightaway back to the finish line.
10.
19. Or, I'm sorry, 18.
Okay. That gap's closing a little bit.
And another crit fail, which
24.
also
So
goes an
it's
additional 4.
28 on the final straightaway.
I got
You-
stop rolling that
You
number.
can at this point you can just see you've got a rock in your shoe
By the way,
and it hurts like hell.
just so you know, it's not always
You feel
helping
someone
else.
slide a rock into your
It's a shadow.
If it's a 2 or a 4, it helps them. If it's a 1 or a 3, it's subtracted.
You're right.
from
You're
them.
reasonably confident your own shadow has put a rock in your shoe.
Put a jet booster in
And
there.
you can see that end point. You know you're already gone. It's just flat, straight ground, and you will win first place in the foot race, 150 gold, and your team gets 10 points, and you will also get a
He gets the oils, doesn't he?
yeah, a jar of expensive like perfumed anointing oil.
Of course.
Attaboy.
Of course, the damn elf needs to get the anointing oils.
Man, I'm pretty.
You know he's always going to look greasy from this day forward. Right?
No, he's gonna look tanned and oiled up.
50.
He's gonna look polished.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
like those bodybuilder competitions.
And Brandon, you will get 50 gold for third
Oh.
place. Look, even if you guys weren't at this point, I think shoo-ins for the main prize. You guys are making a decent chunk of money out of this.
Hell
in
yeah.
general.
Hell yeah.
You at your goal yet?
I might still be just shy, technically. Well, if I get that fine, like, racing horse, then I can strap.
I won a thing that I don't know what it does or what it's worth.
The chariot's like 500.
It is. It's a fancy,
too-
Brandon. It's a fancy gold chalice. You can keep it and drink out of it, or you could sell it. Up to you.
I don't know.
What's next? The horse races?
Horse races.
All right, I'm in on this one.
Me too.
We're going to keep trying it. I ain't got no
So I'm assuming it's animal handling.
Yes, it will be animal handling checks. The animal handling checks, the difficulty is sort of going to be determined by whether you're trying to just like ride full tilt or ride at a like slightly more moderate. So you just kind of decide how fast you want to try and ride, and that will determine the difficulty of the checks that you're making.
I'm gonna just try and keep a pace because then eventually somebody else is gonna screw up.
I'm gonna start at steady. Well, right out of the gates, let's go full tilt right at the start. But
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can
burn
always
out at the
try and
beginning.
correct it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna burn out at the beginning.
So everybody who's participating can give me an animal handling. I'll do one for Keon too.
That's a 17.
The same, minus 10. That's a 7.
15.
15. You're having a hard time just controlling your horse at this speed. It is going the direction you want it to, but it's not doing it, especially taking turns and stuff like that, quite well enough to put you up in the lead. What was yours?
15.
15. You're holding pace with the front of the pack really well.
17.
17. Same thing. You are like. You just know there are a ton of riders behind you. You're taking corners super well. And both of you are watching the back of Kihan ahead of you the whole time.
All right.
All right.
Like apparently this cat was born in the saddle. At least on that roll.
Do we need to each time say
That's
what
another
we're doing?
17.
You should just in case you want to change it.
20.
I mean, I feel like I need
Nice.
to catch
Not
up,
a
so
crit,
I'll
but
probably
20.
keep going fast. Woohoo! 20 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 as
It's
well.
another 17.
17. So you have now caught up to him. You have now caught up to Kihan. And Kihan seems to be starting to struggle a little bit. There are a few other riders mixed in, but like I'm going to, for the
Still-
most part,
still
take it easy.
keep-
Now,
well, keep
now,
you guys,
now that I've got a good pace, I'm gonna slow it down and like I'm gonna keep this pace that I'm at. I'm not gonna try
Okay.
and like.
now that like most of the pack's behind you and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not first, you're last.
I've invented spurs just to stab this horse and make it go fast.
That's a 9.
Okay.
16.
16?
18.
18. You're not yet gaining on them and Kihan, but you're maintaining pace with them because they're sort of maintaining pace with each other.
I'll pull ahead of like.
But you will be pulling ahead of them.
All right. Well, now I gotta catch up to the other. So,
I mean, I'm still trying to catch up to them. I want to get to the first before I want to keep parity, so I'll keep it going
that's
fast.
a 15 for the dwarf.
Ooh.
13.
13?
7.
7. Kihan starts falling behind. So it's now you and Kihan. Well, actually, so it's yours was a 7.
Mhm.
So it's now the two of you are back next to each other, and Kihan has fallen back to where he's just ahead of you. He's definitely losing speed on some of the corners, and you are at the moment in the lead of everybody.
Proficiency means nothing.
Oh, you're just wise? Or-
Just a +1.
Wow.
This is all good rolls.
Just rolling well.
Good roll.
Crit 24.
Riding first.
8.
9.
9.
9.
You are making excellent speed. You pass, and you are both going to be passing Kihan. Partially because his horse goes down. It trips. It trips or like a hoof slides out like on a stone or something. His horse goes down and it's going to throw him from the saddle. Cats are bouncy.
He seems to
He
pop
seems
up pretty
fine, and he seems disappointed but amused.
quick. Okay.
The brief glimpse of him you get as you.
So I don't want
Hey.
this guy's important. I don't want him to like fucking
Yeah.
paralyze
Do we
himself
need to
with the horse
stop
races.
to help him?
Nope, I'm going.
If you ain't first, you're last.
All right. That's a 19.
Okay.
8.
12.
Okay. The dwarf's definitely pulling ahead of you at this point. And another rider from behind pulls ahead of you as well. So you're still in the lead, but that lead is there are horses right behind you at this point.
All right.
Okay.
So like it's kind of a whole small group of riders. You in the lead, the dwarf and another rider sort of neck and neck. Right
Have I
behind you.
caught up with him, or just
You're still just right behind him.
Ah.
You that gap is closed,
I just got a lucky horse.
and you've lost a little speed.
another crit 24?
15.
Okay,
10.
10. You and this other rider will both pull out, still neck and neck, into the lead.
Ooh, gotta keep it. Gotta keep it.
We're burning all the crits of this campaign.
Ah, fuck! That's a 9.
17.
15 again.
Okay. This other rider's now in the lead. You
But
guys
just
are not far behind.
I got a 17. I'm starting to gain back up to
And
your
you,
guys'.
and yes, and you are.
Dust
you are
That's a
Beast.
16 for the dwarf.
okay.
What time? 6.
18.
At this point.
Okay. You've caught back up with this rider in the lead, and you are. You think that you're essentially neck and neck. It's just that if there was a photo finish, it'd be like the horse. This one, the horse is slightly behind.
Okay.
But,
How
right
far
there.
away are we from the finish line?
You can't see it yet,
Okay.
but you're sort of on the return path towards the city now.
That's a 12.
Okay.
18.
17.
Okay. You pull slightly ahead of the dwarf, and you and that front rider are still
Oh
just
boy.
neck and neck.
You ain't beating me a second time, Alan!
He just starts swinging at you.
You better start swinging the club then, boy!
That's a 17.
Ah! 8. Wait, I pulled slightly ahead of you, then you're going to pull slightly ahead of me.
12.
You brat.
There are now 3 riders.
Oh
Neck
no.
and neck in the lead.
Oh no.
You, the dog man, and one other.
Is it
tabaxi
tobacco?
rider.
I'm nipping at your heels. the dust from your heels, at least.
That's a 10.
I can't tell if that's racist or not. Nipping at your heels.
No.
It's
12.
literally a jackal man.
The same
Jack-
12.
8.
8. This rider
isn't
pulls
bad.
out ahead.
Bastard.
You bastards! Don't let him win!
That's a 20.
Why does this guy roll so well?
17.
Switch your die, damn it.
14.
14.
Ooh,
There are once again 3 riders
Damn it.
tied for first, and
Come
a
on.
4th one right behind them.
Oh, fuck, that's a 6.
19.
20.
8.
There are now 2 riders in the lead. You and the dog man,
Oh.
and 2 riders just behind you.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
Been here for years.
And
That's a
the
17.
finish line is approaching.
That's a 17 for the dwarf.
I want you to know it was a 19 that landed on the edge of my character sheet that sprung it back to be a crit fail.
Oh.
Roll the percentile dice.
13.
13.
17.
Okay.
Incoming Kraken roll. 81.
81. Your horse stumbles. You lose. You are going to be in 4th place.
Okay.
But you are not.
I don't
But you don't get
I
thrown.
don't get
Sweetest.
You 2 are now in 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
And this rider has
He's
now
moved to 3rd.
has moved to 3rd. So this will be
Is this the last
this
one?
this will be the last one.
I want all 3 guys to roll really bad now. To somehow pull it off in the end.
Oh, that's an 8.
16.
Fuck.
A 7. I'm not gonna
I'm
catch
gonna
it.
go with 3rd.
This rider will manage to catch up to 2nd place
Fuck.
by the time the race ends. So
I wanted that horse too.
Did you just get first?
I think so. Hot bag.
not
Proficiency means
not
nothing.
by much,
Oh, yay.
but you will get first.
I feel like I have gotten knightly things. As in, knight stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is...
Um,
If you don't want the horse, I'll take it.
Might, we'll see
so,
what I do.
you will get 150 gold. Your team will get 10 points. Jerry, you will get 50 gold for 3rd place. And you will get a Rahani racing steed, which is a riding horse with a movement speed of 70 feet.
Alright.
That's a fast fucking horse.
It's a fast horse.
That is a fast one.
You said riding horse with a speed of 70?
Yes, statistically it'll just be a riding horse, but it moves with 70 feet.
How much for a war horse?
I'm going to wait till it's over, but probably give it to you.
Okay.
War horses are like 200, I want to say.
This just has draft and riding. Oh no, there it is. War horse. 400.
400. I mean, war horses they're not as fast, but they're stocky and they can stomp people down and stuff.
Yeah, they get some other statistical benefits. This is a very fancy, nice horse.
Cool.
Look at your horse.
Your horse is amazing.
No.
What? I'm just complimenting your horse.
It's been like 10 years. Oh, is it
one just got
is it
released
sophomore?
from the vault.
Is it sophomore year of high school again? Oh boy.
Oh no, all the lyrics are back.
That's the kind of horse I think
Tastes
one
like
stroke
crazy.
of its mane, it turned into a plane.
As
turn
fast
back
as that
again.
thing moves, yeah, it's a
Tuck on its
plane.
wing.
Tuck on its wing.
Ooh, that's dirty.
You think
Yes,
so?
I do.
You better not show.
Okay, bring it back.
Is anybody who understand that reference at all?
I don't know what our demographics age is. What's the average age group of people are going to watch this? Who knows?
I don't know. So the camel
Either
races.
too old or too young to remember that.
Probably.
Yep, camel races. It'll anybody who wants to participate. It'll essentially be the same types of rolls. The speed is just much lower.
I'll be in the camel race.
I'll be in the
What do
camel
you
race.
get? What do you get for the camel race?
That's the ornate silk robes.
I don't care about this.
Yeah, I definitely want to do this one.
I'm a fancy bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it for the gold.
Again, if you want
Not
to sell
that
any of
choice.
your prizes,
I'm not selling the shield, I'll tell you that much.
I figured you probably would.
You know what? No, that'll be for the ostrich race. We'll use these for the ostrich race. We're going to use the
You
rose
know what?
die
You know what? For the
camel.
foot, we're gonna roll tiny dice for
Ooh,
camel.
alright. I'm gonna wait to use the Cthulhu one.
That's for the ostrich races
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Chaos. That's what
Yeah,
that is.
Keon still seems a little bruised up from his fall in horse race, so he'll be sitting out the camel races.
Okay.
He needs to rest up at least a little bit for the ostrich races.
Understand.
I guess technically the camel races will be the morning of the next day, and then the ostrich races will be the afternoon of that next day.
Okay.
Alright. Does anybody wants to do the camel races? Can give me an animal hand.
That is a
Fine
16.
start. 21.
16 for the salt.
15.
Okay. It's definitely not as. It's much funnier, but not as thrilling as the horse races. But your camel, but your camel is out there in the lead.
What can we do to make our camel spit other camels?
You have to push the button on the back.
There are riders close by to you, but
Oil slick.
Gross.
That's a 19.
I feed my camel curry before this.
That's a 19.
That's a crit.
Oh!
An 11.
An 11.
So 21.
Could barely lead, but you guys cruise.
Azim catches up to you, and the two of you are now neck and neck. And you're just, it's right there. You could reach out and poke that camel if you wanted. Look at him, look at that camel right there.
Don't poke it. We just talked about this.
That's a 7.
13.
19.
19? You are now in the lead. And you are in third.
How does this keep
You are
happening?
in third, and there are riders right behind you.
You guys will notice a lack of animal handling skill.
16.
That's a 12.
An 8.
Okay, all of you managed to pull
Neck and
ahead,
neck.
well, all of you managed to pull ahead of kind of the group behind you a little bit. The gaps aren't huge, and like the
It's not
camels are
fast.
not moving terribly.
I'm assuming this is a shorter
so
race.
what were all the rolls again? Did you say 8?
12.
12,
16.
16. So you are now in the lead, and the two of you are neck and neck for second and third.
Holding on for dear life.
That is a 13.
19.
Also 13.
I was born for the humps.
You two are staying neck and neck. The gap with the group behind you is closed a little bit. A lot of. You're starting to think maybe some of those tabaxis are sinking claws into their camels a little bit. But you are out in the lead.
I'm just clamping mine with my butt cheeks really hard to make it. Just flexing the cheeks.
That is a 15.
12.
18.
You're still in the lead. You have now fallen to third.
Alright.
The gap's
I'm
not
fine with
huge,
this.
but
You guys realize that most of the time we're just competing with each other?
That's a 19.
17.
6.
okay. There are now people tied with you for third.
Okay.
Apart from that, the order has not really changed.
Okay.
We'll give it a couple more of these. Because we all want to
13
get on to the
again.
Oscar races.
The same 13.
7.
Okay. That gap's closing. You
Oh, he's on-
probably
nipping at my
don't want to
heels.
keep doing that.
Ooh, you're nipping at my heels. Come
A
on.
19 again.
Ooh.
An 8.
7.
8.
Did he just...
We have a new first place.
Oh, get back here, you stout little man.
15.
11.
Could have been a crit. 11.
There's a bit of a camel pileup behind y'all.
A camel. I was gonna say a Kyle, but that didn't sound right.
That's what happens when a dude who drinks too much Monster Energy messes something up. That's a Kyle
Here they
So,
still
So what was yours?
15.
15.
11.
11.
Yeah, 11.
And 11. So the two of you are now just like whipping at each other with your reins. And the dwarf is in the lead. He's on the home stretch. We'll get 2 more of these and we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's a 6.
18.
18.
15.
You've caught up to the dwarf.
Oh. I'm
Okay,
close.
last one.
I'm close. I'm nipping at your heels.
Oh, that's a 23.
That's a crit. 21.
Crippin'.
Again, Griffin was at the very end.
So as
I was not born
2
for
by
this
2
battle.
points above you. Give me the win.
as the dwarf as the dwarf just barely crosses the finish line first. I mean, they're neck and neck, but his camel has a slightly longer neck. As he just barely crosses the finish line first. In the background, you're just watching an elf as his camel has just kind of stopped in the road. As he goes to get his camel across the finish line.
Hey, I now have enough for a warhorse.
You will get 150 gold and ornate silk robes, as well as your team getting 10 points. You, Brandon, will get 100 gold. And you, Erickson, will get 50.
Hey, want to trade?
You said they're ornate silk robes.
Yep, they're not like quite desert robes. They seem to be more like almost princely or stately. You know what I mean? It's like if I was gonna go.
I just was thinking of this.
If I'd been invited to a party with the Sultan, this is what I would want.
All right.
I'm just thinking of Gimli in Two Towers where he's got like the chain link armor under. It's like the little tights around the chest.
Yeah, I'll trade you.
All right, I'll take your horse off your heads.
Riding horse, speed 70.
Real good.
It's a bad horse. It's a fancy horse bred for racing.
I think the big thing is a horse with that kind of speed likes to get up in personal real quick. Well, my character has to think shit through so he doesn't die real quick.
You're gonna have this ornate.
I want 2 horses of the same speed to be on the front of my chariot. Or maybe ostriches. We haven't decided.
We have yet to.
All right, this is going to be fun.
Oh, I'm so excited for the ostrich race.
The way the ostrich races will work, you can do an animal handling check for a guaranteed 1 point of distance.
Okay.
Or you can just opt for speed, in which case you will roll a percentile dice, which essentially determines the direction the ostrich will run.
Did you also?
But it will run, like, if it's close enough to sort of the sides, you might not make any distance, you might make 1 point of distance, or you might make 2 points of distance. Now, that could also be 2 points of distance the wrong way. The first person to 10 points of distance wins. So you can opt for
every
steady
success
pace.
So is it successful animal handling?
Yes. So
Okay.
if you roll a successful animal handling check, you'll get 1 point of distance.
What's the DC on the animal handling? Do we get to know it?
No, you don't get to know that.
And then the percentile die. I mean, I guess we'll just find out.
Is higher percentage
Or you can just
better?
opt for speed.
I'm gonna animal handle to start and see how.
And this is taking place in in essentially a circular course that has been like fairly well fenced off and reinforced
These
to
ostriches.
keep the ostriches
Is
like
this
With the
within
percentile,
this
is
arena.
high or low good?
High will be good.
okay?
Okay, I'm gonna just animal handle this first.
I'm gonna animal handling first,
Cowards.
and then we'll see.
All right, here we go.
Not bad.
Wait, what's the prize for this one?
A small cask of fine wine.
Yeah,
It's an 11 to start.
Okay.
18.
45.
18.
45.
45. They they pull the rope out of the way, and a big cheer goes up, and ostriches are just milling everywhere. You are just you are struggling to keep. It's hard to sit on these things,
All right.
and you struggle to steer it, but you're making progress down the field. Your ostrich is squawking and flapping its little stubby wings and kind of stomping around and kind of looking for something to fight.
Ostrich, fight me!
Which doesn't help when his ostrich runs essentially sideways across its bow.
Okay, I'm gonna animal handle once again.
So you will get 1 point of distance. You will both get 0.
Okay.
It's not negative. It's not
Okay, that's
Jihan will
a
also get a point of distance.
that's a 16.
Okay.
Ooh, 90. Let's go, boys.
Nice.
16.
16. Okay. The 4 of you are now neck and neck.
As I get 2.
As you're just whipping your ostrich into a frenzy, and it goes the right direction.
Let's go,
Alright.
ostrich.
All right.
Okay.
Or actually, I guess you're at 1 point.
I'm 1 point behind.
You're at 1 point.
It's
there.
fine.
But I'm still technically second or third or fourth.
Yeah.
So Animal handling one more time.
Erickson.
Oh, that's a 23.
You will get a point of distance.
Is it 11? What is that?
That's 0.
So it's just 10?
That's the 10, but it's a 0 if is that other one a 10?
Yeah.
So you got 10.
10.
That's 10.
All right.
Okay.
77.
Was that
On
on a
percentile,
percentile dice?
yes.
77.
Yeah.
You'll get another 2 points of distance. You will lose 1 point of distance, Brandon.
Okay.
You and Jerry, you obviously gain 1, and Kihan just kind of stays where he is.
All right. Now on percentile dice.
A lot of people have been knocked off of their ostriches. There are ostriches running loose. There are people trying to get out of the course. It's
Help me.
loud. It's just chaos.
Help me! My life!
78.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take that. Holy shit. 96%.
You will both get 2 points of distance.
So
forward.
now we've now it's
on,
on
on an animal handling.
On an animal handling, you will get 1 point of distance.
So
So
we're
we're
all
all
technically like tied.
I'm 5.
Like you're
You're
just
at
one
5?
ahead.
Yeah.
You're
'Cause I got
just
2
like,
doubles
you're,
in a row at the start.
I'm at
you're
4.
Nice.
2 minus 1 plus 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Kihan's ostrich is still not moving.
Okay.
He is
He's
still,
just sitting in
Percentile die again.
and by not moving, I mean not making any forward progress. Kihan's good.
98.
That's 2.
60.
So
That would be 1 point
6.
forward.
12 on animal handling.
Okay, you will lose 2 points of progress.
With a 12 on animal handling?
Oh, on animal handling? Sorry,
Yeah.
no, you won't gain anything. Sorry,
That's
I thought that was
just
the.
flat.
I thought that
So
was
now
the-
I'm at 6.
You're ahead. I'm
I'm
still
ahead.
5.
Okay.
Or no, yeah.
Kihan, however, will lose 2 points of progress.
Oh, okay.
To
Which I
zero?
believe will you put him either back at the start or,
Or
past
behind
the
the
start.
start.
Yeah.
So 6.
I'm doing percent on it.
68.
Okay.
84.
Also 84.
Okay. The 84s will each gain 2 points forward. You will just kind of stay where you are. You're not like it's not
What are
moving
you at?
far enough
7.
forward to.
So 6.
6.
So I pull ahead a little bit on them. Come on, percent.
Hey, Kihan manages to make up the progress that he just lost.
69.
Nice.
Nice.
51.
51.
80.
Okay, you'll move 2 points forward.
So
You'll
you're at
stay
9.
where you are, and you'll get 1 point forward.
Okay, so
I just
I'm
need
at
the
7.
1, and I don't.
8,
It's kind of
6.
running diagonal, like it's not running straight.
It's running
down,
fast. Okay.
but it's not really like making all of the
Making
progress
the
forward.
shit.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a 20.
Yeah, it's making a little bit of progress. That's odd percentile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will lose 2
16 on
points.
animal handling.
16 on animal handling. You
You
will get 1 point.
Which is 10.
76.
76. You'll get 2 forward, and you will
Lose
You're just within that ostrich, and like it starts that
But
like
you guys saw me for a
diagonal.
second.
It starts
Yeah.
a diagonal run, and then it just sort of keeps turning, and now it's just hauling ass the wrong
So,
way.
so now I'm back at 5.
as soon as you like let go of the ostrich, it's just like it is now doing whatever, which is kind of what it was doing anyway. But it is now doing whatever the fuck it wants,
He
as
crosses
you're
the line
just
and
like
just gets-
on
I'm
it.
just going around.
All right, so
Testing the strength of my
let's see.
quads.
Go for at
Don't
least
mess
second or
up on
third.
Yep.
13.
85.
You have your heading, and it is.
Yep, you are making 2 again. You're going
Back-
very fast the other way.
Now I got a 3.
What does 85 give me?
That'll give you 2 forward.
10.
So you're second.
Second place. Oh my.
I have a chance for third.
Those of you who are now not focused on the race seem to be getting the impression, based off of like the audience's reaction, that this was done entirely for the comedy and not to showcase
94.
any practical
Any
stuff.
prowess.
94. You're making 2 in the right direction.
You know what? Just screw it. I'm just gonna go 1 point, I guess.
Flip. Stop.
Well, you will be winning 150 gold with a small cask of fine wine, as well as your team getting 10 points, which really doesn't matter. You will get
No, it
100 gold.
Do I get third because I
You
was
do
the last
not.
one?
You will not get third.
Damn it.
There are, at one point or another ostrich will wander over the finish line with a rider.
Just by himself.
It seems mostly intentional. Kihan, however, absolutely, like, every bit of distance he makes, this ostrich just goes back to the starting line.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't want ostriches on that chariot.
I'm going to tell you right now that we won the tournament with a grand total score of 69.
Nice.
Nice. Because that one archer kept us from getting the clean sweep.
Yeah, you literally missed. You got 6 first places and a second place.
Yay!
Nice.
Players are broke as shit.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
I was just sitting down during prep and being like, how do I love the idea of ostrich races because that's the thing you bring up at a D&D table. Everyone's like, well, I'm participating.
I'm gonna do that.
It's like, but
You
I
want animal
want
handling?
it,
No.
I want it to be chaotic. I want it to be weird. And I'm happy with how that came out.
I just love how Jerry's like neck and neck with us up till the end, and it's just like just hauls ass the wrong direction.
We got back to the start very, very fast.
Yeah.
So you guys will win an additional 1,000 gold, presumably split 4 ways, and a alchemy jug.
I call dibs on the alchemy jug.
I am doing well on money.
I am 2 gold short of 1K.
Yeah. I'm at 898.
I'm at 696.
Nice. Wait.
69.6.
69. 696. It's where 2 people 69 and 1 person puts their back to them and just like.
It's the third person sharing the bed in the hotel.
Guys, this isn't cool.
Get your asses off me.
I can't even walk. That's ridiculous. Damn.
Nice.
Good work, everybody.
We did it. We got it.
And you guys will be invited to the banquet at the palace that night.
I technically won 3.
Yeah.
And
I won 2.
you won 2 and you won 1, right? 2. Well, you got second. You were.
I got the chalice and the horse.
Horse.
That I traded for
You were one. You won one of them.
I won 2 because I. Oh wait, no.
The drinking contest.
I only won 1. Yeah,
Yes. Because you were javelin and horse race.
Yeah, I was camel.
You were camel race, and then I got ostrich race,
And
combat, and the running,
Yeah.
the racing.
Yeah, somehow he won the javelin throw.
I had
And
a
it
plus
wasn't
5
by
too.
much.
No. This is showing me proficiency means no.
I don't mind. Like the athletics rolls were not great on the javelin, but they were phenomenal on the foot race, which is what my character actually like should be amazing at. So the fact that I was just like 15, 18, 15 was like hell.
So, alright, so I guess we all go to the palace for this after party.
I probably would. I'm gonna try and find some nice clothes.
Okay.
Because I only have like traveling clothes.
Is there a chance we can call this a break? Because I've realized I have drank 2 of this and now need to.
Well, you already have fine silk robes.
Yeah.
So
you go.
you take
do
care
what
of
you-
business while we figure out what will I wear.
Fine clothes run 15 gold.
15.
Unless you'd rather buy a costume instead.
Nah, the dwarf's just gonna go in his armor. In my culture, this is fine attire.
I want. I mean, I assume. I want to try and find something at least IRN inspired, like more fine toga, even like desert robes. But I'll get a 15 gold off. Should be 3.
You can mark down that you have a set of fine clothes.
Dwarf. The dwarf's just like, it's the money.
Why doesn't every D&D campaign have an ostrich race in it?
Why does every
Because
D&D
most
campaign
are
have
different.
mounts that are just ostriches? A battle ostrich would be sick.
How much is an ostrich? There's no such thing as a trained ostrich. Really.
What about an emu? We can trade an emu.
I guarantee you ostrich is not in here.
No.
Would it be in the...
It'd be an equipment section, technically, if it's his anywhere. There's mounts, but...
I mean, if you really wanted an ostrich, be like, no, charge you 25 gold for it. Is ostrich in the monster menu? Are there stats for ostriches?
There's a small collection of animals at the back of the PHP. Is ostrich among them? There is an owl. There's not an ostrich in here, at least.
Yeah, there's no ostrich in here either. It just goes octopus straight to owl. Seems like an oversight. I feel like if you had ostrich stats, DMs would use them all the time. I mean, yeah, you can buy an ostrich if you want.
I'm not going to buy it.
I can't guarantee how that'll go.
I'm going to keep saving up so that I can have a set of war horses pulling the chariot. So that's what you do if you're going to be a Greek hero.
That is true. Very accurate.
I could almost afford. Yeah, I can't afford all of that yet. Plus, other equipment to buy and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll just keep riding through the desert on a horse with no name.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna not be like this guy, I assume, and walking in like armed to the teeth and in armor.
No, I'm not armed to the teeth. I'm just in armor with my staff. Like that's the only piece of equipment I have.
I will have my
And
dagger.
Yep, and it seems like a lot of everybody carries knives. They're eating utensils as much as they're anything else. But like you don't, at least sort of like walking in the palace and stuff. And you're kind of accompanied in by like Jalal and stuff like that. You don't really see anybody apart from like guards, like truly armed.
Okay.
Jalal was the one that sent us out to find
Kihan.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna take the opportunity when we see him to ask him about that dagger, that spy's dagger, that was part of the
Investigation.
Yeah. I'm
Until
just gonna ask him about that.
like, can I have it now?
Yeah, what are your plans with that? Because if not, I might take that off your hands.
He could, if it's still laying around, he could get it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him even if he wants me to buy it from him.
No, you can just have it sent over to your guys' apartment, essentially.
I'd like to wear my shield prize too.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's like a cool thing.
That is going to be a
structure.
little weird as far as like you will be the only person who's not a guard there with a shield.
Hey, I have a staff, so like, what are they gonna do?
Since you're walking stick, you're an old man.
Yeah.
I just have
I'm a young dwarf with a walking stick.
Like there's apart from guards, there's nobody here in really any amount of arms around. I mean, like, pretty much everybody carries knives.
I'm gonna just have like my nice ornate dagger, marble inlaid dagger. But I would like to try and say like it's because I'm the tourney champion. I want to show that at the feast.
Jalal could at least probably get it hung on your
on
back of your chair.
Yeah. That's mainly. I want it there as my decoration to show, like, I want people to walk by and be like, oh, that's the shield from. Oh, you! Let me buy it. Let me share a drink with you.
Just carry my two daggers. If they want to take them, they can. Also, I was going to say there is no official ostrich.
Yeah. I was like, is there an ostrich in the monster manual? There's not.
Apparently not.
No, I just want to make a supplement book that's like Matthew's ridiculous menagerie of beasties, and just like fill in the gaps of all the weird animals that there aren't stats for.
But there's actually a really cool book coming out, a third party release. It's a sort of monster manual expansion that's all stats. Like all of the animals in it are inspired by extinct animals or prehistoric animals, and I think a lot of the funds or money from the books and stuff is going towards a conservation charity thing. Is like it's really kind of cool. Like doing some and some of the stuff is like pretty brutal effects. Like a thing that every time it hits you, it permanently decreases your AC by 1 and permanently increases its own AC by 1. It's not necessarily super strong on its own, but it's just like
strong abilities.
Don't let that thing just keep hitting you. We'll never put it down.
Oof. Imagine having a negative AC.
Ugh.
Help me.
He does
Can't
hit you
be.
quite a few times.
It literally
Well,
suits
I mean,
me.
it would just break your armor, and
Yeah.
then after that, like,
But what if you're like a monk? You got no armor. You're just like,
It
my
would break
willpower
you.
is dying.
I assume nothing happens. I don't know. I don't know. I
Like,
haven't read this
no, like
stat
Erickson
box.
said, it breaks you.
The table that you guys are at is kind of a table off to the side. It is this sort of section of the palace is very large. There are a lot of people here. And you are seated nowhere near the emperor.
Fair enough.
I think he's somewhere at that end. But,
That in.
no, there's too many people in here for that to go.
That's neat. Somehow
Hey,
you
we
think
got a
the people
table
that
in
won
this
would have been
hall and
closer.
all.
But and you guys will be sort of seated near Jalal or at least Lilith and stuff, and they seem to be spending most of their time just people watching.
Understandable.
Dwarf's gonna eat and people watch.
That
People
definitely.
make eye contact.
I didn't get the "and" in there. I just the dwarf is gonna eat people.
Eat and people
And that's how he
watch.
got thrown out of the banquet. at the palace.
Sounds like a good time.
Eats some of the tabaxi. I wonder what tabaxi tastes like. Oh.
And you guys will essentially just left alone to kind of hobnob with the rich and famous and stuff of the city as much as you kind of want to for the evening.
Do we see Kihan as the emperor?
Roll me a perception check.
Do we see Kihan?
17.
17. You do not spot Kihan. But the one sort of very distant glimpse you get sort of past guards and other nobility and stuff like that of a tabaxi that you're like, I bet that's the fucking emperor. He is a tabaxi with light gray fur and gray stripes.
Okay.
Kion's dark brown fur and gray stripes.
I mean,
Does the Empress in eyesight? Does she have dark brown?
It's hard to tell who the empress is. It's not quite like the emperor. You can just be like,
Aha,
there.
Also, it may not even be an empress, but a harem, as it were.
a harem. Yes.
Depending on the I don't know how the backseat work. He might have a lovely wife that he's committed to. But if he's like a lot of proto-Arabic desert cultures, he's probably got a lovely wife, 7 more wives, and 80 concubines, and all just live in his sex house that he goes to have sex with all those people.
Hey, don't tell me that. That means there's going to be a lot more of other tabaxi we got to go find because they're going to be drunk all the time.
Well, I mean, hopefully Kihan didn't get into his dad's sex house. He's not
just-
in for
That was the
More like-
brothel.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am trying to ingratiate and conversate and make friends.
just give me a basic charisma check.
Okay.
Is there anything specific about these silk robes?
They fancy.
Just
You
my
expect they'd
charisma
sell for a lot
modifier.
if you wanted to sell them. But they're not giving you. They're not giving you a statistical bonus.
No, that's fine. I was just wondering colors or anything.
Is it like a
What do you want it to look
persuasion, or is it just a charisma?
Just charisma modifier.
6.
You're kind of a weird out of towner.
Yeah. I'm friendly, but I don't understand any of the customs or the cultures.
I'm not. I'm just gonna make conversation with Jalal and Lilith.
Okay.
Casual combo.
Yeah,
You can
probably
do that.
Yeah, not super extroverted. Just gonna talk with the people around us. If anyone comes up to talk, just talk.
Does anybody come up to talk?
Not necessarily nobody there's people who kind of congratulate you guys for winning the tournament.
Anybody want
and,
tips on javelin throwing?
Apparently, I'm a natural.
Can anybody give tips on javelin throwing?
Exactly.
I can't.
Nobody nobody's necessarily it'll be kind of small talk, or they'll people kind of congratulating you guys on winning a tournament and stuff like that, but nobody's taking you aside to deliver important story information or anything like that.
All right. Also, I'm
If
gonna
that's
say
what you're looking
these
for.
robes are dark gray with purple and gold across them.
Purple and gold, the signs of royalty.
I didn't do that on purpose, but I'll take it.
Just because gold is gold and purple is an extremely difficult dye to make. So gold has historically been associated with it.
That fits
Or
the
purple's
ornate
been
part.
associated with it.
I picture my like nice toga as white with blue detailing on it, like a light blue detailing.
Okay.
And my studded armor is just studded armor.
What about your horse?
The horse.
The horse was not invited.
He is dressed
to the
very daffodil.
The horse is like a
Truth and
like a
lies.
matte black. Like it is a dark horse.
A tailcoat and a top hat and a monocle.
I
The
want
horse
that
is
horse
stealing
in
the
here.
show.
Needs to be in here.
Is it me or did my horse sneak in here in a disguise?
He's wearing the like. Yeah.
He is,
Who are you?
you're-
Did you name your horse? Your new horse?
Not the new one yet. Right now it's a horse with no name. I
You better-
will not be riding through the
I
desert.
was about to say you better
on a
name him
horse.
before you ride through the desert.
Jalal will. I mean, if you're kind of out hobnobbing with the nobility and just kind of like ingratiating yourself and stuff, Jalal will at least tell you too. That if you're interested, he could begin sending you all out of the city on some work. You'll be traveling back towards the Empire, but they have lots of work that needs done in an active war zone.
Well, we know of one certain elf who would like to go back towards the Empire, so
So anyway, the dwarf's my friend, right? I swing, I catch him once. He clocks me. I'm seeing stars.
But there's always a war to be fought, and the Golden Claws always have work for people interested in taking a direct hand in that.
is he? Yes.
I'd say with our new experiences here, had a little more training, so we'll
Yeah.
probably fit in a little bit better now.
We can you'll sort of promise to give you the details. And,
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna drink out of that chalice.
okay.
It's a pimp cup.
I'm gonna like sneak some of my brew into his chalice.
This wine tastes weird.
As someone that doesn't drink very often, it's probably like, yes.
Why do people like it?
Why do people drink this?
This tastes like two okay drinks that, when mixed together, are really bad. 'Cause it's literally like he's like. I picture your brew as like a pretty harsh, leathery whiskey, and it's like half that, half spiced wine. That might actually be delicious.
Now,
I have experience with this. It's like vodka and extra PBR. That is not a good mix, I can tell you that.
So watered down vodka.
Yeah,
Vodka
I'm just
with
gonna be.
less flavor.
Extra
than-
The
strong
dwarf
dark
is just gonna be
flavor.
drinking the night away.
It's
Is there any dancing at this point?
there would probably be some. It's going to be very formal and it's going to be fairly reserved, but there will be some dancing.
I know some traditional dancing. I don't know if I know the traditional dancing here, but I'd like to learn.
Give me a performance check.
13.
13? You do all right.
Hey, it's a fun night.
You come nowhere close to embarrassing yourself dancing.
Okay, good.
Sweet. I mean, I'm not doing it. The dwarf
I picture like the hand, like hand on hand, like with the dwarfs just like this. It's like up high, down low, can't reach it, too short. All right, let's go.
You're too tall.
I think that's a decent place to end it. Finishing up the little line of tournament challenges.
Yes.
Getting you guys out a little bit and giving some fun.
Fun's absolute.
Oh man, Ostrich racing.
You know, when you described the events of the tournament, I figured I was going to win a couple of them. There's a couple I thought I was going to win that I did not win.
Yeah.
And there was one that I had no business thinking I was going to win that I had a smashing success.
I expected,
Just 'cause I'm
I
curious.
expected you guys would win the tournament. And that, like, honestly, what I kind of expected you guys would do would be, like, pick out a couple of them that you're like, we definitely want this prize, or we can definitely win this one, and all we have to do is, like, win this many to win. So, like, we'll focus on doing, like, really well
You
with these
mean
ones and stuff.
strategy?
But of course, players are just going to be like,
All of them.
yeah, side activity. Oh,
Oh, I have a -1 in this. I volunteer as tribute.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
He won with a -1.
Oh no, that was the athletics. Yeah, -1 there.
Yeah.
He won with a +1 in animal handling.
Yeah.
Which is still.
I've got
I won with a +4.
I've got no
in animal
business
handling,
winning
so-
this. Here we go.
Hey, I almost won. You just got the.
And it was,
you just had the lucky bullshit 2 hits.
It was very nearly a clean sweep.
Very nearly. That one archer. I mean, you look up that Tabaxi archer and hire him. That dude's a sharpshooter.
I guarantee you, he's probably part of the golden claw fist thing.
He's at least probably like a actual soldier for this empire. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. I had a lot of fun running that. You gotta make time for random stuff every once in a while. If you like this type of stuff, we have a ton of similar content on the channel. Everything from Erickson really breaking down specific Dungeons and Dragons rules in a very technical sense, to just an hour-long conversation about storytelling and playing in tabletop RPGs, which is our bonus action podcast, which is Erickson and I recording the conversations we just have anyway. And as well as, I mean, reviews and all
Wrap
sorts
it
of
up,
stuff
you're
like
going a bit long, sorry.
that. Who cares? I'm the DM, Jerry. When you're the DM in the campaign that you're running, which is a Republic Commandos game in the Star Wars
Also on the
RPG systems, it's on the channel right now.
That transition call to action was crisp.
You can say as little as you want.
That was the McDonald's Sprite of transition call to action. Transactions, as preferred.
Sure. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.